Alright, so young Machete here. Alright, so it's official. As far as Megan Thee Stallion is concerned, she confirmed the fact that Tory Lanez is the person that shot her. And it's just upon realizing this, upon actually receiving this news, I just realized there's so much wrong with this situation. I don't even know where to start if I'm being honest. But one of the biggest things that make me believe that Megan Thee Stallion could be telling the truth, that she isn't lying for her benefit in any ways, the simple fact that Tory Lanez, he's been very silent throughout this whole situation. But before I actually get into depth about that, I just want to say this really reflects on our society today and our current situation as people on this planet, because even what Malcolm X said so many years ago, he said that the black woman is the most unprotected woman in the world. He said something along those lines, and you can actually see that today, because I can imagine Selena Gomez went out and said that she got shot by, let's say, Justin Bieber or something like that. Imagine how canceled Justin Bieber would be. It wouldn't even be debatable. There wouldn't be any discussion around it. Everybody would take her word for it without a doubt. But now when you get to a situation with Megan Thee Stallion, it's like she comes through, she says these things, and everybody now comes with questions like, oh, what if this, what if that? And we do have the responsibility as a public to be skeptic, not just believe any word that we hear. But at the same time, we really have to acknowledge the double standard that's at play. Now, going to my reasons for believing Megan Thee Stallion, through the fact that Tory Lanez hasn't released any response or anything, he's just been so quiet, and that's really concerning. Through the fact that I assume this man probably has a PR team, he has people that would want to protect him, people that would want to protect him in this situation where he has so much to lose. And Tory Lanez in this current situation, he has so much to lose. He's actually at the pinnacle of his success right now. His career is actually doing the best it could be doing. He has quarantine radio. He has so many eyes on him. I think he signed a deal, was in talks for a deal that would allow him to turn quarantine radio into like a real thing, a real show, even after quarantine is done. He was one of the most popular people on the internet, only rivaled with like Lil Boozy or Tekashi 69. So this guy actually has a lot to lose. So for him to just randomly, or for us to just see it as some type of coincidence that he's just quiet for no reason, he doesn't value the well-being of his career, I don't believe that. I feel like if he had a reason to come out to the public and actually defend himself and say, no, she's lying because one, two, three, and he actually had proof or witnesses, he would have obviously done it. Anybody in their right mind would have actually done that. But for Tory Lanez to be this quiet, I don't know. That's a big red flag for me. Now, my second reason for believing Megan Thee Stallion is that a lot of people are coming out and saying that she's saying all these things and putting Tory Lanez in this situation and it's all for clout, that she needs this clout for some reason. And I say for some reason because if you just really look at her career right now, she really doesn't need it. She had one of the biggest songs featuring Beyonce. She was at the top of her career. She was one of the biggest people in music. So for her to actually go to the extreme lengths of cutting herself on her foot, creating this elaborate plan for clout, it just doesn't make sense. And on top of that, why would she wait so long to even comment on the situation? Because she allegedly got shot, and for a while after that, for like days or weeks, we didn't actually hear anything from her, not from a team, nothing from herself. And now she only waited until there were these rumors or these stories coming out, being published, that claiming all different types of stories that don't align with what she says happened. Only then she actually came to the public and said, hey, this is the truth, he actually did shoot me. Any right person who was actually doing this for clout would have commented on the whole situation when it was at the height of its popularity. I remember recently Skinny from the Nine got shot, I think in his thigh or his ass, or I'm not entirely sure. But literally while laying on the ground, this man thought that, oh, I can actually use this for clout. I can actually take out my phone while bleeding out, while seeking medical attention. I can actually take time to go on Instagram Live and say, hey, everybody, look at me, I got shot. You see, that's somebody who's clout chasing. I'm not saying that the whole situation was created for clout, but I'm just saying that's a person who's obviously clout chasing. And then a couple of days after that, there was a video of him leaving the hospital and he was in a wheelchair and homie looked like he just gave birth to triplets. That's somebody who's obviously looking for clout. He wants everybody to see the situation at hand. But now looking at Megan, she waited so long before she actually went public about the situation. To me, that's another reason to think that she didn't really have anything to gain from this situation. I have two believers. The fact that, I'll admit, I don't know Megan Thee Stallion's discography all that well. I'm not one of her biggest listeners, but I'm pretty confident in the fact that she's not a gangster rapper. She's not really somebody to go on her music and say things like, I don't know if they were shooting fireworks or it was gunshots, I barely made it out alive, or put those type of things in her lyrics. She's not really that type to rap those certain type of things. So for her to go out of her way and either get shot or act like she got shot just for popularity so that she can have something to rap about, I don't really see that actually fitting her image, the image that she's trying to build for herself. Being a gangster isn't necessarily a part of that from what I see. Now lastly, I have to say, then again, there was a report recently published to the public that said that according to the police's reports, they didn't actually report any gunshots or anything related to gunshots. They actually went with the story that she stepped on glass or she accidentally hurt herself in some type of way. So if that's true, then I guess that changes the whole narrative of the story, this whole conversation. But to me, that doesn't necessarily legitimize everything I said, because it's just so many factors that lean onto Megan actually telling the truth. And this isn't necessarily confirmed. This might be the absence of evidence isn't the evidence of absence type situation. So I'm not going to really put all my eggs in this basket. So I'm still leaning on the Megan Thee Stallion side of this conversation. But tell me right now what you guys think. Do you guys think Megan Thee Stallion is actually telling the truth? Is she lying for the clout? Why do you guys think so? If you really like this video, please like it right now and subscribe. You'd be helping me a lot if you actually just like the video right now. And yeah.